Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and what time it is where you're joining me from. And if you happen to be joining me from the same time zone, good afternoon, good people. This is Zoliswa Cheche, and I welcome you to Speak It with Zoliswa, where I just decide these days that I'm going to do things spontaneously. And so I thought, let me demonstrate and do something that I suggest to people, because sometimes, as inspirational speakers, we will tell you how to do things, but we will not demonstrate, and you will think that it's not practical, it cannot be done because you don't know how it should be done. And I'm talking about this because recently, and I think this has to do with the state that we have been going through in terms of the lockdowns, the COVID-19 implications, and all of that, we have been seeing a lot of conversations about gratitude. And we've been going through journeys and journeys that have to do with gratitude, where we find something that we are grateful for in the midst of a whole lot of other things that are so negative, which we are not saying they are not there, but we are saying in the midst of the storm, there is still some level of comfort that we find in the ship if we are in a cruise ship. That kind of an example. You do know what I mean, don't you? So today, I have my gratitude hour, which is between 12 and 1 o'clock during the day, every day from noon to 1 o'clock. Don't call me. You might just find me in a space where I will compromise myself because I don't see anything negative in the world during that time. So this is what happened to me in my gratitude hour today. I have I had this insight that I must start teaching people about my book. So, sharing more information about where I came from. And this happened during the space of gratitude. And I thought of a whole lot of things that have happened in my space. And one person came to mind. And I thought, let me just invite her to come and join me. Her name is Tule Tanga. She is a friend and everything else to me. I invited you to let you don't know why I said come, and just make sure that you are your face is visible and presentable to the people, because something to tell you. No, I'm not pregnant. Yes, that's what I said. But I do have something to tell you. And what I want to tell you has to do with gratitude. Firstly, I met you in or about 2008 or so, and we met during shortly before a time that was very turbulent in your life. And without having to go back there, I learned resilience from you. And I'm so grateful about how I observed your life unfolding before me, because I always say that every time that I look at anything in front of me, it is not just a matter of saying this is what's happening, but it's more a matter of saying what can I learn from this and apply in my life. And so, as I saw how resilient you were after the departure of your parents and everything else that had happened around those years, I realized that actually life can be lived. And I want to say that as a strong person that I believe I am, you have had a contribution. And you did not say
Wow.
things, but you lived your life, and you lived it in such a way that you could leave a legacy, if I could put it that way. And so when I was thinking
Wow.
about teaching the book, then I went to read the book, I think for the 29th time, chapter 1. I don't know if you still remember that beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It was lunchtime. I
Hmm.
was on lunch and I went to meet with you at Sunning Hill at Ocean Basket.
Yes.
And we were sitting across the table from each other. We ordered the same meal. I remember that it was some 12 prince. It's called dozen prince prawns. So these
Yes.
12 prince prawns were in front of me and in front of you, and we were
Yes.
just going all out. And you told me about what was happening in your life. There were these exciting times about being in America. Actually, you had come just for a short period of time for, I think, for a week or two, which was very packed because as a lover of people, you get that bag and people really want to spend time with you when you are here. And you told me about what was going on, and I kept saying, how strong can you be to leave your support system in South Africa and go all the way? And then it was my turn. I looked at the time and I was like, okay, I have to be back at the office at 2 o'clock. It's 10 to 2, and I'm so happy about this because I don't have a beautiful story to tell at all. My life is a mess. My life is shitty, and here is this woman who will say, let us imigangatho ingcolile in our language. Let us talk happening in our lives. Do you recall the day?
I do. I remember the day. I remember the 12 Prince prawns. I remember you and I sitting across the table. Yes, I do.
So that day came back to my memory today, but not just from from a perspective of something that happened and leaving it there, but it was a perspective of saying, wow, thank you, because there was an aha moment. There was an insight that came out of that conversation because you picked up. I remember the way that you looked at me. We were looking at the same thing, which is life, and it appeared as if I was seeing something completely differently. I remember the way that you looked at me. It was like you're saying, she must be on drugs or something. Something is not right with her. Maybe she's depressed, but definitely something is not right. There was a concern in your face.
Yes.
Of course, I was on the wrong side of my eyeballs, and so I couldn't see what was happening. But clearly, I could see life through you looking at
Oh,
me at that time. And then, of course, you suggested an intervention which led to the new lease of life that I got. So I
yes.
want to thank you for that. And then I started looking and say, wow, by the way, this this is the person that was the main guest speaker at my wedding. So you've always been tagging along in my life. I have not been noticing. It's more like you were a shadow, you were there. And this is an opportunity for me to say, I am so, I actually forgive myself for not having seen you and not having given you all the gratitude and the attention that you rightfully deserve. This,
Wow.
from this day onwards, I will acknowledge that because you have really been a very big part of my life. And it didn't end
Oh,
there. Then you became my coach. You then became my coach.
yes.
And you became my dream builder coach first before we went to the master's program, and we had a journey of about 18 months where we met every week
Yeah.
talking about me. And there
Yeah.
would be times I would be like, you, I know, Sisi, hectic, man. Yazi, sometimes you just want to be and let things flow and not care about life and just let things happen to you.
Mm,
But you had this way of pushing, and you would do it with a smile. I would
yeah.
ask you sometimes just to show you, Uguti, there are times when you just can't carry on in life, and you
Mm,
would do what is called porcupine effect, where you throw the question back at me and say, what do you think? Allowing my mind to go to a space of solutioning, finding
mm,
that little way, the path through the density to get to the next stage of my life.
yeah.
Now, even the book that I was reading, I remember that I started writing, and it was a combination of stories that came from my journals, but I was beginning to see life differently now from the perspective of a victor as opposed to the perspective of a victim.
Yeah.
And so I said, I would like to write the book and I would like to release it next year, launch it the following year. And your question was, why that far? The forces are all there already. They are ready and they are so diligent and so loyal to you that they are just waiting for you to take the step, and things
Yeah.
are going to happen. And I thought
Yeah.
I will take you at your word. You know, when the Bible says we must take God at his word,
Yeah.
whenever I hear a message that is godly, I take that message at the source's word. I did. And here I am. And then there is
Wow.
it's speaking. There is inspiration speaking. So the first time when I met you, we worked for the same company and I attended the induction. You were a speaker, as one of the speaker representing the department that you work for, that we eventually worked for there. And there was this presence about you. I'm not talking about the shallow presence of somebody who is skilled in terms of what she's doing. I'm talking about the attributes, the presence that has to do with the passion that comes from within. This that says that this person that is standing in front of you is a container of a deep message. There is depth that is sitting in there. And okay, needless to say that that depth was going to show up at a later stage when you begin to follow your story, to follow your vision, and be the person that you are today.
Oh,
So
wow.
is the main purpose of my call today. And I just thought that let me not keep this between the two of us, because there could be someone out there who wishes they could say thank you to somebody else and they don't know how. So this is how it is done. This is how you say
Wow.
person. And maybe I must also say that knowing you and your challenge is to receive, because you are a giver, you're always on this side of giving. I thought I will put you on the spot and put
Oh
you
my
in a
gosh.
where it will be difficult for you to just accept and receive and keep quiet and just bask in the warmth and of a gratitude that comes from the depth of my heart. Now, there may be other people that are out there that are saying, you said she's a coach, you said she is a speaker. I would love to also have the kind of a benefit that you had from her. What do you do these days and how do people get hold of
Whew, Zozo, you took me completely by surprise. As I was telling you, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know where to start. Thank you so, so much
and take the
for.
glasses off. We love the language of tears. We
Yeah,
love
you
it.
you got me. You 100% got me. Thank you so much for validating me. Thank you so much for saying what you've just said. I am not going to respond. As you know, I have a difficulty being on the receiving end. And so let me just bask in your words and just take it in. Thank you. I am a dream builder coach. As you said, I am also a life mastery coach, which really is all about helping people transform their lives so that they can become the best version of themselves. I do what we call vision workshops every second Friday. We had one yesterday. So the first point of call, if people want to hear anything from me, would be to watch my channel, which is on Facebook, called the what is it, Life Mastery Coach, Transformational Coach Tule, and we do a vision workshop, and I invite people to this workshop. So if you're on Facebook, you are likely to see my advert go out from next Friday. I also have a website, and my website is www. What is it called? Tulekanga.mastery lifemasteryconsultant.com. I am babbling because I'm completely caught off guard. But yeah, I am available on my website, and also I'm available on Facebook. And every second Friday, I do a vision workshop called The Power of Vision. And it's open to everybody, it's free, and it's a great starting point to people coming to contact with the greatness who they are. Ah, thank you,
Oh,
Zozo. Thank you so, so much.
you're welcome. If it happens that you didn't get the contact details, go to Facebook. If you're joining us via Facebook, we are live on YouTube as well as Facebook at this stage. So if you're
Yeah.
joining us from Facebook, you just go and look for Thule Stoza Ganga and you will find the contacts and the pages that she has a presence on, and you can also just send her a message to find out where or how to get hold of her. And if
Yeah.
you are on YouTube, you can go to, for the people that are not on Facebook, how do they get hold of you? On the website. So we have to get
Yes.
the website address correctly. Please repeat the name of the website.
Okay. So the website is www.tulekanga.lifemasteryconsultant.com.
www.tulekanga.lifemasteryconsultant.com. That is where you're
Yes.
going to find her. And if you would
Yes.
like to have a benefit of all this gratitude galore that I have, that's where it came from. This is one of the people that have shaped me to be who I am today, and the
Wow.
relationship still continues. I am referring you to her, and I can assure you that you will be in good hands.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much, Kule. I am so excited that you actually came in, regardless of the fact that you didn't know what we're going to talk about. And here we grow again. I'm so happy. Thank you to everyone for joining us, whether you join us now or at a later stage. Please ensure that you make use of those details, because from here on, the rest is yet to come. This is Zoliswa Cheche on Speak It with Zoliswa. Up until next time, have a good day. And remember to shut up, shape up, and show up.
Sure.
Goodbye.
Thank you.